Everybody, welcome back to Trades and Gains. The Nasdaq, hey, by the way, the S&P 500 just hit another record. The Nasdaq took a nap, and gold is quietly screaming. Retail traders are sending calls up 100% in a day, like it's 2021 again. And Wall Street, it's still walking around like big tech's going to save the entire financial system with a YouTube ad and a chatbot. I'm Max Pitts, and welcome to Trades and Gains, where we don't sugarcoat bullshit or shit. We torch the tape, call out the smoke, and ask the one question no one on CNBC wants to ask. Are we at the top, or are we just high on hopium? Well, let's go ahead and make like some butt cheeks and dive into today. The S&P 500 closed at a fresh high again, up just 0.12%. The Nasdaq dipped 0.39%. Traders are clearly tapping the brakes, and the Dow is up 0.4%, powered by defense stocks and home builders. Shout out to you boomers out there. Oh, by the way, this happened because apparently war and plywood are this market's safe spaces. But here's the red flags while stocks grind higher. Gold is ripping, and that's not confidence. That's fear wearing a shiny outfit, by the way. Now, what moved the market exactly? Let's talk about General Motors first things first. GM just lit $1.1 billion on fire thanks to Trump's tariffs. Core profit is down 32%, and the stock down is over 8%. And Q3 outlook is even uglier, like two cousins kissing in Kentucky. Look, we've been calling tariffs headline noise for months, but now they're punching holes in earnings reports. This is the first legit earnings casualty of the Trump trade war. And if you think GM's the last, I've got a SPAC to sell you. So hit me in the DMs and we can get that negotiation started, because you have no idea what's about to happen. Now let's talk big tech. Alphabet and Tesla report tomorrow. Myself and Eric just did recaps and expectations on both of those tickers. So go ahead and take a look at that on the Investor Central Club channel. And we'll go ahead and link that down here below. But here's the problem. These stocks are priced for perfection. AI's been carrying this rally like Atlas holding up Earth. But if Google flubs cloud revenue or Tesla stumbles on margins, this whole thing could unwind faster than a day shift stripper who's upset that she has to work the day shift. And by the way, it's not just big tech walking a tightrope. Let's look at earnings. Philip Morris dropped 8%. Zins flopped. Yeah, I don't do them anymore. Maybe Gen Z isn't hooked after all, and that nicotine addiction was just an oral fixation phase. Lockheed Martin down 11%, took a $1.6 billion hit on a classified program. No one knows what it is, thus the reason it being classified. But Northrop Grumman soared 9% because, hey, war is still a growth industry at the end of the day. And then there's housing. Pulte and DR Horton are up 10 to 15% today. The housing market's not dead. It's just overdosed on optimism. The bottom line here, this market isn't rewarding good news. It's punishing any weakness at that moment. Now, midday markets rallied off of a quote zero tariff trade deal with the Philippines, except turns out it's a 19% tariff instead of 20% tariff. So technically, yeah, it's better, but not zero. It's not a trade deal, folks. It's a press release. But hey, if you phrase it right, the algos could give two shits. Still, this is a signal. Traders are starving for de-escalation because August 1st, that's the tariff deadline. If that hits, rate cut odds die, inflation comes back, and risk assets are absolutely, well, call yourself a screw without getting stripped. Well, you're screwed. Now, did you catch this, by the way? Coinbase and PNC Bank just partnered to bring crypto to mainstream bank clients. Add that to a 200 million plus dark pool print flow on MicroStrategy, and suddenly it feels like crypto's back, not with a bang, but with a Dogecoin billboard, but with institutions quietly rebuilding that exposure. Now, let's go ahead and talk about some real money and head over to Investor Central Club, where we cut out all the noise and pointless prints and just give you the straight raw dogged data. First things first, we have TLN that led the pack with November 21st, 2025, $300 call, $7.5 million dropped on 2,000 contracts at a $37.50 average. We also had silver come in for those September 19th, 2025, 34.5 calls, 5.97 million dropped, 26,000 contracts on a 226 average. We also had Google come in with September 19th, 2025 calls, 210s, 5.78 million, 15,000 contracts at a 385 average. Again, we had Goog even more. We had September 18th, 2026, $200 calls, 25.50 average. That is definitely some aggressive delta hedging. We also had Google August 15th, 190 calls, 5.52 million, 770 average, 7,000 contracts netted. Yeah. Looks like we had some heavy hedging and betting going into tech. On the unusual side of things, it got even weirder. Now, Palantir led our day, 3 million in the $100 puts due for December 19th of 2025. It looks like someone doesn't think war is always good. SPY, we saw some September 18th of 2026 550 calls. Long-term conviction on some downside on SPY. Yes, I will take that with a side of sour cream here. Spot, we had January 16th of 2026, $800 calls, 1.69 million dropped there on a $56 average. That's insane. But we did have PDD 135 calls due for August 29th of 2025, short dated, almost 10,000 contracts, $1.50 average. Now, if we go ahead and look at our dark pools for the day-to-day, NVIDIA was our top leader, 718 million dropped there. We also had Amazon with 313 million dropped, VB with 228 million, Mr. with 221 million. Those were our top assets of the day today. Now let's go ahead, wrap up, make like a condom, and let you get on with your night. So here's where we stand. The S&P is at highs. Big tech earnings are tomorrow, really. Tariffs are back, crypto's creeping in, and whales are whispering rotation. This market looks stable, but under the hood, it's hedged, twitchy, and praying Alphabet doesn't miss by a penny. So if Tesla or Google disappoint tomorrow, this soft landing dream could turn into a belly flop real fast. So make sure to tuck yourselves and get ready, and don't be a pussy. Going long on big tech, shorting the hype, or loading crypto while it's still quiet, drop a comment, smash that like button, and sub if you're sick of vanilla takes and love seeing my beautiful face in nerdy ass classes. I'm Max Pitts with Trading and Gains, and we don't follow the herd, but we read into the news and spend more time than you ever will figuring out what the fuck is going on. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next one.